How are you, sir?
A Canadian has not won here since 2003. Only one Canadian, that being Paul Tracy, has won on the streets of Toronto. He did it twice. What do you have to do to become the second and third overall?
Someone's got to stop, Alex Palou, right? Generally. But, our street course packages, our group's been getting much better. I'd say it was quite strong in Detroit. We found something on the 15, that we're going to run this weekend. So, who's to say we won't be fighting at the front as well.
Won 2 years ago with Christian Lundgaard. So, this is a strong package. We know that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, 100%. Since the hybrid, we've been making progress as well on that. So I'm excited.
Since its return in 2022 and its history overall, how much is the IndyCar race at Toronto been important to not only Canadians but also international interest for IndyCar?
I think it's hugely important. There's so many fans, so many people coming out this weekend. Look at the city, look how many people are turning out. It's a big thing for Canada. Canadians are huge race fans in general. I feel honored to be, the only one in the field. So, want to get a good result for us. And, international wise, I think it's the start. But, I think the series is growing. And, as you guys know, there are talks of other places that we're probably going to internationally, which I think is going to be very good for the series.
Toronto's a very tight, technical, narrow street course. What's the balance between being aggressive to make passes, but at the same time, what's the balance to not be too over aggressive to make a mistake?
This place is hard. It's tricky. There'll be dive bombs in turn 5. Dive bombs into turn 1. It's going to be a long, tricky race, but generally, making sure you have that balance is important.
And I think the last 4 years there's been a caution either on lap 1 or 2. What's the game plan of trying to avoid that early incident for you and the rest of the field?
I think to start, get your car in a good window and qualify as far up front as you can. That's going to be important to not be in the mayhem. And then once the race starts, survive. Is it a 3-stop or 2-stop? Right? How long are we going to make those greens go? That's going to be the name of the game, I think, come Sunday.
Good luck, Devlin.
Thank you, Devlin.
Major channel announcement. Do you love NASCAR coverage? Well, as part of Frontstretch building its platform, we're now offering an option for paid subscribers. For just $3.99 a month, you'll be rewarded with exclusive content you can't find anywhere else. Beyond the cockpit interviews as soon as they drop. More of the pit road and bullpen weekend content that keeps you coming back to see the who's who of NASCAR explain all of their on and off track conduct. We'll even be doing some Where Are They Now pieces, taking a look at former drivers and owners that made an impact on the sport. Want more direct contact with your favorite Frontstretch reporters? No problem. We'll give you a chance to communicate directly with monthly Q&As. Your questions are what drives us to find answers. That's why we're here. The best seat at the track and the best view on the net for all of your quality motorsports coverage. Come take the green flag with us.